Hi guys, Alex here from Drayton's. Here we've got a Mercedes-Benz B-Class 1.5 B180d SE, finished in mountain grey metallic paint. All the wheels and tyres are in good condition. These are 16-inch 5 twin-spoke design alloys, AMG style alloys. Really nice wheels. They offset the look of the car quite nicely as well. At the back you get a decent sized boot, and the back seats will fall down should you need any extra room in there. There is also a through loading hatch there as well, which you can store longer items through. There's a slight bit of underfloor storage as well, just down here with your tyre repair kit and things like that, and a couple of storage cubbies on the left and the right hand side as well. This car has got MOT until the 16th of the 2nd 2023 and was last serviced on the 18th of the 2nd 2022. Inside we have leather seats, very nice seats, very comfortable as well. Big old bolsters on the side, decent ones on the base. They keep you in place well, and they're more built for comfort than sort of sportiness, and they do deliver on the comfort side of things. Continues all the way to the rear. It's a nice high quality interior, as you would expect from Mercedes. You've got big chunky leather in the door as well, soft touch on the top of the doors too, and you've got this dark grey effect on the dash as well on here. Up front we have your speedo on the left, your rev counter on the right, and your little digital screen in the centre. We're currently showing the mileage, but there's a few things you can go through. So you've got your range, consumption, you've also got a digital speedo, which I personally prefer. Some people prefer the analog dials, but I do like having a digital speedo. You've also got various different other things you can have. You've got your nav, you've got your audio, whether that be your Bluetooth or CD or radio, anything like that. You've got your telephone on there as well, and then you've got your assist systems, your servicing and your settings on there as well. Easy to navigate, it's just the buttons on the left hand side, which I'll go through a bit more later. So on the screen in front, we've got quite a high quality screen in terms of definition. This is your media tab, so you've got Bluetooth, you've got CD, various different other sort of entertainment things on there. We have FM, AM radio as well. You've also got your colour sat nav system, easy system to use, and it's quite nicely up to date as well, which is always good. Different views you can have in terms of the distance, so you can have a nice big overview, or you can have it nice and tight in. But yeah, it's a good sat nav system. Mercedes do make pretty good infotainment systems, so it's no surprise really. Also got your car settings on here, vehicle settings, your consumption and your time settings on there as well, and then you've also got your Bluetooth for your phone. There are shortcuts just down here on the left, so you've got radio, media, nav, telephone, and your vehicle settings, along with your volume controls and the keypad numbers as well as your CD player, which is nice to see on a car, because not many cars nowadays actually have CD players, so it's nice to have those. I'll just turn the lights on so you can get a bit more brightness in here. We have your engine start stop button there as well, so when the light is on, the engine start stop is off, and it will show just on there as well, showing that it's turned off. Some people do like that. Me personally, I am not a fan of the start stop systems, but some people do like them, and it does help if you're on longer journeys. It does slightly increase your fuel efficiency as well, having that turned on. So yeah, this is the sort of main look you're going to get on the various different screens. You've got a scroller at the top, and then the settings for the particular one you're on at the bottom. So we're currently on the telephone, so you've got connect device, call lists, options, whereas when you're on other things, you've got different things on there, such as waveband, which you can see there. So yeah, each one's got slightly different options at the bottom, but you can just navigate using the shortcuts, or you can navigate using this swivel wheel on here. Moving down, we have your climate control system, fairly self-explanatory. You've got your fan speed on the right hand side, temperature on the left, your directional controls in the middle. You'd also have a heated rear screen as well as the usual aircon. We've got a 12-volt socket and a little storage space down here. A 6-speed manual, which is quite unusual to have a manual on a Mercedes nowadays. Granted, it is a 16 plate, but still most of them are automatics. But it's an easy to use 6-speed gearbox. The only thing to bear in mind is that when you do put the car in reverse, it's not a straight across or a push down, it is actually a pull up to get it into reverse. Which brings me on to the reversing camera. So you've got two different views you can have. You've got this standard view, and then you've got a more sort of wide view, which is on there. It doesn't have rear sensors, but it does have the camera, which I think is quite a nice thing to have, and it does help. Especially it helps get you used to a new car when you've got a new car as well. So it's nice to have that. As I mentioned, you've got your swivel wheel for the main infotainment system. So you do have an extra bit of storage in here in the central console, along with a USB charging point and the USB for the phone connectivity as well. Just in there, you might struggle to see it, but just there and there. One thing I do like about Mercedes is the styling on the interior. So it's good quality, but as well as that, everything's laid out as you would expect. There's not buttons sort of dotted around everything. It's all on the central console. Nice centre column. Everything's nicely laid out. You've got your climate controls, all your shortcuts and stuff like that there, and a gear stick there. Doesn't really get more simple, but it's not simple because of lack of stuff. It's simple because of the styling, which I do like. Another thing I do like is the blowers. Don't know why, but you don't see this sort of design on any other car really. It's kind of replicant of the badge ever so slightly. Obviously the badge is a 3-pronged star, these are 4s, but sort of kind of reminds you you're in a Mercedes if you do happen to forget. But no, it's a nice layout. I like the dark grey trim as well as obviously all the leather. Speaking of leather, more on the steering wheel. Steering wheel's again nice quality, good size. It's not too big, not too small, so get a good grip and feel on it. All the controls for the screen in front, as I mentioned earlier, are on the left hand panel. You scroll with the arrows, and then you get your side arrows for more options and stuff like that. And your volume controls and hands-free controls are on the right hand side of the steering wheel. It's a nice sporty styling steering wheel. Got a nice aluminium trim there as well, just to bring a bit of lightness to it. We do have rain sensing wipers, automatic lights, and heated and electrically adjustable wing mirrors as well. One thing it is worth noting, if you've not driven a Mercedes before, is they tend to have their handbrakes in strange places. So as you will notice, there is no electronic or physical handbrake anywhere here. Sometimes on the older models they are foot brakes, which usually a separate little pedal just about there, but on this particular one the handbrake is just down here. So to put it on, it's a push in, to take it off, it's pull out, and then your key is just there. Just show you the back of the car. So at the back, as I mentioned, you've got nice thick leather again. You do have a central armrest with a couple of cup holders which pop out rather than being sort of built in there, so you don't end up resting your elbow in them if you do have the armrest down. And the through loading hatch is just here. You do have to lift the central headrest up in order to access that because of the way it shuts, but yeah, that is the central through loading. We've also got aeroplane style tables in the rear as well for the rear side passengers, and then you've also got 12-volt socket and a tiny bit of storage there and there, as well as decent door pockets, so you can fit a bottle in there, and again, lovely thick leather. I do like this car, it drives very well. I'm not usually a massive fan of MPVs, but this one, I think it's because of the styling more than anything. It's got a nice AMG style wheels, it's got a sportier look to it, and it's very good quality both in and out. It's also got a very frugal engine as well, so 70 mile per gallon combined, 76 or 78 on extra urban as well. So figures you don't usually get from, well, you don't get from most cars, especially not manuals. Usually they're a bit lower than the automatics, but yeah, nice frugal engine. And it will come with 6 months gold cover warranty, which can be extended for as little as £199 for an extra 6 months. We also have a range of finance options available, so if finance is something you're looking for, then we can help you out with that as well. If you need any more information on this car or any of the cars you have in stock, please go to draytons.co.uk. Thank you.